Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. And in today's video, we're going to be continuing Naruto DxD, Heroes Return, What If Naruto Was in High School DxD, Season 4, Part 3. Now I would like to say, depending on the time, that this is going to be a pretty eventful day for PowerCore Productions, as give or take, whenever it hits, we're going to get at 4,000 subs. So whether we get to it today or tomorrow, I hate to think that we have a straggler that holds out all the way till Monday. I would just like to say thank you to everyone who has been a part of PowerCore Productions from the very beginning. Funny enough, we hit 4,000 subs with the very first story that brought us 500 subscribers to begin with. Before I had even started my second story here on the channel, this story itself, Naruto High School DxD, has a special place in my heart personally. I've had a lot of fun working on it to be able to do this rewrite, to, just bring a little closure, as you all know, because the series that's currently on the channel of this story, as you know, is not the original story. The original of What If Naruto Was in High School DxD, the first one that I did, I ended up deleting it because as good as people enjoyed it, the audio quality was horrible. It was terrible. Half the times you couldn't understand what I was saying. So I deleted it and I started over with a rewrite. And for the rewrite, for the most part, it was good up until the very end. I had to kind of rush things at the end because I was going through some stuff at the time. So, I had to try to get that out of the way. And that never really sat right with me. There was so much that I thought I could have done with the story if I had more time to really buckle down and focus. So this has kind of been like my thank you to all of you in a way, giving you a proper rewrite, a proper conclusion to a story that you all truly loved and that I have truly loved as well. So for that, I want to say thank you to everyone for all your support and everything else here on this channel. As far as what we're going to be doing this week, or what we're going to be doing going forward, Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be doing What If Madara Was in Konosuba. Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be doing What If Deku Was a Power Ranger. And on Fridays, we're going to be continuing with the part 1 of Season 4 of What If Naruto Was in High School DxD. Season 4 is going to be divided into multiple parts, if you will, although that could be subject to change in time. I haven't fully decided yet, but I will let you guys know as we continue on. So just stay tuned, because you never know where I might be at any given time with the writing process and everything else. But I do know that we really do need to get started on Phase 2 of Anime X Marvel, the Spider-Verse. So because of that, I'm going to be trying to get things done in a timely fashion so we can get that started, and also so I can take a break from doing Naruto stories. I love Naruto to death, truly I do. But these last few months, I've just been doing a lot of Naruto non-stop, and I really just need a break. So this series will be taking a break after the end of part 1 of Season 4. But I promise it will come back in due time. I'm just going to be taking a break from now with it to focus on doing other stuff and to give you guys other stories and other things that I have planned out for here in the channel. I also hope to be doing a special 4K subscriber live stream either today or tomorrow, sometime this weekend, hopefully. So make sure you all stay tuned for that as well. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Naruto and his friends stood on the bridge, still trying to assess the situation and waiting to see what could happen next. For Naruto, though, he was the most in shock. Whoever this So-So was, it wasn't his magical abilities that shook Naruto. It was the fact that he was capable of using ninjutsu. Of course, for Naruto, who had been sent to this world, he believed he was the only one capable of using ninjutsu. Granted, there were magics, other forms of powers, abilities, chi, chakra, take your pick. However, Naruto's moveset was specifically defined and refined in its own way. It wasn't something that anyone else in this world truly had. It was unique and all to himself. But what Soso had done with that water dragon, it was definitely based in chakra. "How are you able to do that?" Naruto would ask. "Well, it seems the Red Dragon Emperor has a lot of questions. Unfortunately, I'm not here to indulge those. I've merely come to test the limits of my power, and to see what challenge you may have to offer me." "Well, what about the yokai princess?" Azazel would ask. "We have important meetings to discuss with her, so I'll have to ask that you give her back." "Well, Governor General, if you seek the yokai so badly, why don't you come and take it?" Soso would call one of his allies standing behind him, a young boy with tan skin and white hair. The boy's name was Leonardo, as Soso would offer a challenge. Under command, Leonardo would use his ability, the Sacred Gear of the Annihilation Maker, an ability that granted the user the power to create monsters, warriors of any specific kind. And not just that, but these monsters were equipped to be able to have the weakness of anyone they faced, which for devils were a lot, and to be more specific, weaknesses against the likes of magic and chakra. Safe to say, Naruto and the others would have their hands full, as Naruto and Issei would enter into their Dragon Emperor forms, the Red and Gold Dragon Emperor respectively. Zenobia would ready herself as she pulled the sword of Kusanagi, as well as Kiba drawing the Holy Devil Sword. Asuya would stand to the back for support, along with Kuno. Irina and Kiryu would also summon their holy swords as well. For Irina, the Holy Sword Mimic, capable of using transformation to become anything she desired, outside of just a sword, as well as Kiryu using the Holy Sword Rapidly, which greatly increased her speed and skill and reflex. Azazel donned the fallen dragon's Fafnir's dragon armor, and Naruto and his team stood ready as the horde of monsters would do battle. Both sides were pretty even for the most part, Naruto and Issei helping to coordinate with the others to fight against the monsters, while Azazel fought against Soso, who was not only versed in the skills of magic as well as using the Holy Spear, but was also displaying a mastery of ninjutsu, not just in water but in wind release. Azazel had to keep on guard against Soso's abilities, as fighting on a bridge under a great body of water, Soso had the advantage with his ninjutsu, Naruto stepping in a few times just to be able to give Azazel the assistance. How? How did you learn ninjutsu? You're not the only one blessed with allies, Red Dragon Emperor. There's so much about this stuff that you don't even know. But I don't want to be a party pooper. No point in spoiling all of the fun. After all, pretty soon you're going to be the guest of honor. The guest of honor? What do you mean by that? You thought you could hide here, didn't you? That you could just hide away from all of your problems? Well, safe to say, the sins of the father have now caught up to the son, if you will. Your presence is going to be required soon enough, and you'll be brought back to the country of your birth. Naruto is now starting to become more worried than suspicious. The way this guy spoke, the way he acted, as if he knew so much about Naruto that Naruto didn't even know about himself. The guy spoke as if he knew where Naruto came from, as if he actually understood him. Of course, So enjoyed feeling the superiority of the moment, of feeling as though he were in complete control. In the meantime, the group fought back against the anti-devil monsters. With Naruto coordinating their efforts, they were able to hold off and hold their own. Naruto attempted to use the flying Raijin to get to Soso's blind spot, only to be met with a stab to the gut from the light spear. I don't want you getting too close now. You're gonna try to mark me with that sealing formula, aren't you? As I expect, from the son of the Yellow Flash. How do you know that name? Naruto would ask. Who told you? Secrets. Such a terrible thing. You never know when one might slip out. Safe to say, I've made some rather remarkable friends, Naruto. And I've learned a great deal about you. And I've learned some things that you don't even know about yourself. But let me leave you with some advice. No matter how strong you are, you can be brought down. And if you're not careful, this fight might be your last. Of course, Soso would dodge the last second as Issei came from behind with Ascalon, ready to cut his head off. And look at you, the Golden Dragon Emperor, or as I'm sure you've heard, the Golden Grabbing Dragon. Hey, only cute girls can call me that. Yeah, I know. You're nothing but a perv. Honestly, you're more of a joke compared to the other two dragons. Safe to say, you're probably one of the worst hosts this world's ever seen. You take that back, Issei would say, as he went charging in towards Soso once again, who effortlessly dodged every attack that the angel had to offer. Issei felt like he was being made a fool of. He couldn't land a single attack. He couldn't do anything. In the midst of all of the fighting and the chaos, from under the waters of the bridge, a large Titan Slayer would emerge, along with a girl on a broomstick. What the? A witch? Naruto would say. Hi, my name is Lefay Pendragon. It's so nice to meet you. You're Naruto, right? The Red Dragon Emperor? The Ninja Dragon. Yeah, that's me. I am such a huge fan. I've been reading that mangaka from the underworld. Yeah, that one. It's really good. And I hear it's based off of you. Yeah, but a lot of liberations are taken with that story. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm still a huge fan. Can I shake your hand, please? Sure. Oh man, this is awesome! Lefay, Soso would call out. And just what are you doing here? Oh, right. I had a message from Volley. Yeah, I'm from the Volley team. Nice to meet ya. What the? Volley sure knows how to pick allies, Naruto would think. This is a message from Volley. You've gotten in my way for the last time. I warned you not to interfere, and now you must pay. That's my Volley impression. Anyway, you guys have to deal with this now. The large Titan Slayer would begin to go on a rampage, more specifically after Volley than anyone else. For Azazel, all of the Titan Slayers had been put into a decommissioned state and had been sealed away in the dimensional gap. But for them to be awakened now, it couldn't mean anything good. However, Soso would make quick work of the Titan Slayer, being able to destroy it in one shot, using the Holy Spear as he pierced it through the chest, causing it to fall back into the waters below. And it seems like things are starting to get a bit more crowded than I would have liked, Soso would remark. Even with his allies fighting by his side, this wasn't to be the main event. And safe to say, things were not looking too good for Naruto's team. given the fact that yet another enemy had emerged, the one known as Siegfried, a former holy knight, who was now capable of wielding a powerful sacred gear, but let him wield multiple magic swords all at once, ones that cannot easily be obtained. And safe to say, the situation started to hit a downward spiral when Rostvisa, who was still coming off of a hangover, stumbled onto the bridge and started firing indiscriminately everywhere. Naruto and Issei would have to work to shield all of their allies from the onslaught as Soso and the others would take their leave. Dimension loss would start to lift, the veil between worlds starting to vanish as time would start to resume. Azazel would warn everyone to put away their weapons, as now they were back to enter into reality. As they had done so, the sky that was a dim gray had now returned to its bright and hopeful blue. However, no one was in the mood for celebrating at this point. Even as he disappeared, Soso's imminent threat would linger in the air. Tonight, we'll be making our move at Nijo Castle. If you're still looking for a fight, and if you're still looking for the yokai, that'll be a good place to start. As the hero faction would disappear, Naruto and the others would be left on their lonesome. Tonight was going to have to be the night. The night where they would save Yasuka. And the night where they would bring the hero faction to an end. In the meantime, Soso would meet with his accomplice, a cloaked figure that sat perched atop of a building, a cloak of black with red clouds. Did you enjoy the show? You were definitely impressive. So, what have you gauged from that fight? The Nine-Tails is not someone who should be underestimated. He not only has the seemingly cooperation of the fox, but he also has the cooperation of the dragon as well. That combination is not going to be easy to beat. No need to worry about that. We have ways of dealing with the dragon. Don't mistake, there's a reason why they keep being reincarnated over and over again. It's not because they always take each other out. Every now and again, they run into that certain someone who catches them on a bad day. And just like that, they're left looking for another host. But tell me, can you truly give us what we want? Great Red, that's what we're after. Ah yes, you wish to pull that dragon from a dimension that you can't easily access. I have the means to bring that dragon forth. If you can give me the Nine-Tails and the Red Dragon together, then I promise your Great Red will be had. And it looks like we have a deal. I'll send the coordinates for where we're meeting tonight. Have your associates arrived? They will in due time. It's taking a bit longer than I would have hoped, but the preparations have been made. And with the upgrades that you've given them, they will surely be of an even greater use and asset. Soso would nod as he disappeared. The orange masked figure would clench onto his head. He felt like he was having a headache, and indeed he was. Damn. Not yet. I still need to accomplish my goal. Do you think I care about you and what you want, mortal? The only reason you're still alive is because you serve use to me. You'll do as I say, and you won't give me any back. You understand? The orange masked figure said nothing, the voice in his head being given the final authority. All that was left was to wait. Naruto sat in his room. He meditated, focusing, mentally preparing himself for whatever the night could potentially throw his way. Kuno was resting in the bed next to him. As he looked over to the young yokai girl sleeping, he couldn't help but feel sorry for her. He didn't know what it was like to lose a parent in such a way, at least for himself in this regard. Even though he didn't have his birth parents to raise him, they had sealed their chakra into the seal of the Nine Tails. It was enough so that they could train him, guide him in the way that he should go. He didn't feel like he had truly had any regrets over that. Then there was the Kyoto family, who, despite suffering the potential loss of their own child, still welcomed him in and raised him as their own. He was grateful for them, for his friends, everyone he had known along the way. Kurama and Dreg could sense that there was a feeling of foreboding within him, and they spoke. "It's not like you to be in the dumps so early, before the battle even begins, Naruto." "I agree with Kurama. What seems to be troubling you?" "It's nothing troubling per se. I just have a bad feeling. I mean, for all intents and purposes, we're probably walking into a trap. And you heard the way Soso was talking. The guy acted as if he knew me, as if he understood everything about me. He tried to read me like an open book. It was annoying. And yet at the same time, it was terrifying." "Whatever this Soso thinks, it does not matter. You are the Red Dragon Emperor and host to the most powerful of the tailed beast. As long as we work together, he does not stand a chance." "Exactly. Whatever he has planned, we will stop it." "I know. I have faith we will. After all, who can beat a team like us, right? Right?" Both Kurama and Dreg would roll their eyes at that statement, and Naruto was left to his own devices. In the meantime, back in Kuo town, Rias, Akano, Koniko, Gasper, and Veronica had just finished a night of dealing with a couple of strays. Rias, as they were all making their way home, couldn't help but think to herself, worrying about Naruto in that moment. For whatever reason, when she arrived back home, she decided to give him a call. Of course, Naruto and the others had been instructed not to tell Rias the situation, or about what was going on, specifically by Azazel. The reason being was because this was one of those situations where calling in more people really wouldn't have changed much of the outcome. The fact of the matter was that Rias was the protector of Kuo town, and as a result, they couldn't just call away the town's protector for something they should be able to handle themselves. Simply put, they couldn't just split their forces at every given incident. If there was no one to protect the town, then who knows what enemies might strike. Even if Rias wanted to leave, her position was going to be there. So the less she was burdened with any troublesome news, the better. However, all the same, Rias still wanted to call. Perhaps it was for her worries, or maybe she just wanted to hear Naruto speak. Naruto would pick up the phone. "Hello? Naruto. Rias? You okay? What's the matter?" "Oh, nothing. I just wanted to hear your voice, that's all." "Oh, I see. Well, I'm actually glad you called." "Really?" "Yeah. It's only been 2 days, but even still, I missed you. Didn't think being apart for such a little time could have that big of an effect on me." "Yeah, I know. Say, do you think you could..." "Sure." In an instant, Naruto would vanish before reappearing beside Rias, as she was on the roof of their home. Rias," Naruto would say, I kind of have something I need to do in a little bit, so I can't stay for too long. Oh, it's fine. It's just nice to have you here. I just wanted to see you, and Rias would almost instantly throw her arms onto his shoulders, kissing him tenderly. If she didn't know any better, she'd feel as if this was the last kiss they would ever share. And for Naruto, that same foreboding washed over him also. After finishing their embrace, the two stood side by side watching as the full moon shined over them. Although the full moon was not its pure and splendid white, but it had shades of red and orange, almost as if an ominous sign hung over the both of them. All the same, they chose to admire the beauty of the moon, despite its color. Naruto taking the time to compliment that the moon must have been a reflection of them in a way. After all, red, yellow, you kind of get an orangey red hue like that of the moon. Maybe it was just a symbol of their union. The two of them would laugh at this as Naruto tried to spin a bad situation into something positive, although that was nothing new. It was in Naruto's character, who he always was. "What's on your mind?" Naruto would ask Rias. "Nothing, it's just... I don't know, sometimes I worry so much. For all the good that comes into our lives, it always feels like there's just something in the wind waiting to take it away. I'm probably crazy for thinking this, but I fear sometimes that I'll lose you." "You're never going to lose me, Rias. I'm always going to be here for you. For everyone. It's a promise, and I never go back on my word." "Because it's your ninja way?" "Well, not just that. But if I couldn't keep my promise to you, then I wouldn't deserve any of the things I have now." Naruto and Rias would stare into one another's eyes in that moment, as they held on to each other tightly. For Naruto, he wished that this night could be a night that lasts forever, that this moment could last forever. He didn't want it to end anytime soon, but he knew he'd have to leave. As he prepared himself, Rias would asking that he promise to come home. Naruto would make such a promise, as he instantaneously vanished, reappearing back inside of his hotel in Kyoto. If not for anything else, then tonight he was more determined than he'd ever been. Tonight was not going to be the end of him. They were going to save Yasuka. They were going to put an end to the Hero faction and Chaos Brigade if need be. And whatever this dark presence that was around him, Naruto would dispel it once and for all. Everyone would gather together on the inside, as Azazel would brief them on the plan. There were members of also the Sea Tree family who were on this field trip as well, who were in the same grade class as Naruto, among them being Saji, who had the powers of the Black Dragon, that being the Absorption Dragon. Of course, with him being here, his skills would also be needed. As such, while the Sea Tree family was going to be on rescue and security, Sanji specifically was going to be partnered with Naruto's squad. That meant Naruto would be responsible for Saji and his safety, and Naruto promised that he'd make sure to protect him along with everyone else. Azazel would go over the battle plan and telling of the additional support they'd be having. For now, their primary focus was the rescue of Princess Yasuka, and if anyone in the Hero faction got in their way, they were to be taken down. Naruto was ready to go, ready for whatever conflict was to come. As they prepared themselves to leave, the fogs of dimension loss would wash over the city of Kyoto, time all standing still once again. Instantly, everything would vanish, almost as if they had been sent into different areas, and they had been. Naruto, along with Kuno, would be in a subway station they would get a call on the phone, and it was Kiba, telling Naruto that they had all been sent to different areas, but they should be able to make their way to Nijo Castle and get there within the hour. Also, Kiba would tell Naruto that for this mission, he was being delegated as the king, or the leader. He had always been there to guide them, not just in battle strategy, but also in times of need. Without Rias, it was only logical that Naruto would be the one to lead them once again. Naruto would nod in understanding, telling Kiba that he would do his best. "Hey Kuno," Naruto would say, as he saw the young girl looking extremely worried. "It's gonna be alright, I promise. We're gonna get your mom back, and everything's gonna be just fine." Naruto, who always kept his headband that he had made for himself, something he wore whenever he was going into battle, something that he used to carry on his will of fire, he would take off his headband and tie it around Kuno's forehead. "This means you and I are connected. As long as we stay true to our will of fire and to our dreams, then I promise you everything's going to turn out alright. I'll protect you no matter what, but you gotta stay close to me, okay?" I will." Naruto would take Kuno onto his shoulders as the two began to make their way. However, before they could leave, they would find themselves under attack. Naruto would backflip immediately, creating two shadow clones that would stand on the right and the left of Kuno to guard her, as the original Naruto would hold off. A young man would walk down the stairs of the subway, someone that Naruto hadn't seen in a while. A former member of the Chaos Brigade, now switched to the Hero faction. "I remember you," Naruto would say. "You do? I'm touched. I would say we should go for introductions, but no point in doing that now, is it?" The young man would remove his glasses as shadow began to wash all over his body. "I was so jealous of your armor that with the help of Soso, I was able to get an upgrade of my own. You can call me Shadow Master. This is my balance breaker, Night Reflection Death Cross." Naruto would ready himself as he entered first into KCM Level 1. But now, with Kurama's support, he took it a step further. The golden glow would shine around him, his left arm encased in the crimson red boosted gear, as a cloak began to form around him. KCM Level 2. Naruto looked to Shadow Master. Light and darkness, the yin and the yang of the world. "You're in my way," Naruto would say. "I wouldn't be in such a rush if I were you. In fact, I wouldn't be making any plans either. Tonight, Naruto Uzumaki. Tonight is the night that you die." This concludes Naruto DxD Heroes Return. What if Naruto was in high school DxD? Season 4, Part 3 of the Kyoto arc. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that's to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for next week's slate of videos, as there has been an alteration of the order of stories that's going to be coming out. On Mondays and Tuesdays, as a reminder, we will be doing What If Madara Was in Konosuba Season 2. And on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be doing What If Deku Was a Power Ranger. And on Fridays, we'll be continuing with What If Naruto Was in High School DxD. This will be the current schedule until those stories reach their conclusion, and afterwards we'll get started on our next slate of videos. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. Signing off, and I'll see you next time.